Good morning. This is Dr. Bill White again, and I'm going to be talking about closing space and also uprighting teeth. This particular case was a transfer into the office, and she had lost some bicuspids or second bicuspids, or else didn't have them, and they were planning to do bridges and we're going to extract the wisdom teeth. And I talked to the young lady, and she decided she would rather have the spaces just brought together. It takes longer to do that, and then her wisdom teeth were to come in behind, but they just one of them just lay down. That's unusual. Usually as you pull the second molar away from the wisdom tooth and it's kind of tilted down, it will upright itself and come in. But that wasn't the case in this particular on this person anyway. So we had to go in and upright the teeth after we got the space closed. And the space was a knife edge ridge. It had just had very little bone in it, as you will see. I'm going to get into this. We'll try to do it as quick as we can. Nice looking young lady. She's got a rather prominent chin, but that doesn't detract from her appearance and everything. And she came in with these braces on. And when we look at the side, over on the right side, you can see the space right here has been there for some time, so she must have just not had this tooth in there. These have dropped down a little bit. The bicuspid's not bad. Now, they used to think you couldn't move a tooth where there wasn't bone, but that's not true. You can close this whole thing up. So we close this space in here and used a little class 2 elastic so that we kept a class 1 relationship all the way back down the line. Now we'll go to the other side of the mouth. The space looks bigger than a bicuspid, but it had to be the bicuspid in there. So anyway, you can look at the ridges, and this is if you peel the tissue off of this would be a knife edge of bone, and how we brought this through here. Now what happens, the tooth actually brings its bone with it as you come up here, and we close the space on the bottom, and we had a little prominence of the lower anterior, so we're bring this back a little bit, but not too much, and we'll have to bring the upper teeth back too to match that. But we close this gap, and then we were expecting the wisdom teeth to kind of upright in there, but they didn't, and so we had to come in and upright the wisdom teeth, which added to the time that it took on the case. Okay, and here's the cephalometric that we looked at and everything, and took it in here, the wisdom teeth down in here, in the upper wisdom teeth, and we're going to try to close that, and it'll bring these back a little and these back a little as we bring the molars. If we wanted this to stay, we'd have to put a pin in there, and that's so we bring the teeth back some to close this space, but not much. All right, here the gap is, and here are the wisdom teeth, and this is 1987, and this took us a good while to do this. Now, this is a 16-year-old girl who is willing to go through a little longer time, and we finished her case out. She didn't have to have any bridges or anything, and that was a wise move in her part. At least I thought so. And she's a real nice young lady. And And here we go, closing this up. Now here it is in 1988, and we have the space closed, and it looks like we need to bring this back, and I never did get this back. All I had to do is just put some tip in that and brought that root back over here and bring this one forward. And this one wasn't as bad, but this wisdom tooth right here, when we waited a little bit, that thing just almost lay down in here like that. Let me show you this as we go through it a little further. Now here here you can see this wisdom tooth is actually laying down right in here, and we're going to upright that tooth. After we've gotten this closed, we'll come in and upright both of these teeth. So we'll show this, and it goes on through. Now this one was a pain to bring in, but we had to get in there, and the only place we had put the deal was up close to the top of the crown right there. But we got it, you see the deals right at the top of the crown, and we brought that in, and she's 20 years old at this time, and so it took quite a while to do this case, and this was 1992, and we've got it in. She had that wisdom tooth filled, and she had the cavities in the tops of all of these teeth, but we've got a good set of teeth here now, and her upper wisdom teeth will come in and just set on the back of these. The lower wisdom tooth will just have a portion out. Now that closes the bicuspid space, and she has no bridges, and probably will never have to lose any of the wisdom teeth. Just keep the upper wisdom teeth. They hit in that one spot. And so we felt like this was a good deal. Now this will show it through the case. I'm going to run through. We've already spent a good bit of time here. And now there's the knife edge ridge, looking at it right from there. And here we are in 92, and we've closed that, and you can see where the teeth meet, where the molars came up against the first bicuspid, and you see the bone came with the teeth. That's what I want you to understand. As you go in there, you say, well, we've gone in a place where there was no bone, but then that happens to that. And so, but this space closed completely up without any problem. But it took a longer time to do it, and the molars had a lot of problem in there. This one, had a decay in there, and we had to fill the wisdom teeth once they got in too, or we didn't do it. We just had another person there that came back and filled those. And this is the end of the case, but I just wanted to go through a bunch of these cases that we upright the teeth and show you how often it's used, and it is very efficient. You can upright a tooth. I do believe if one was just absolutely laying down with the crown going down toward the root, that you could, if you could get a hold of it, you could pick it up. And you have to take electrosurge or something and take tissue out to get something bonded on the side of the tooth, and you could upright the tooth also. So thank you for watching, and I hope you get something from these videos. What I'm going to do several of them on uprighting teeth and the different varieties of things that happen where you use it in different situations. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll join our group here and subscribe to our channel, and thank you. Now I'm going to close out and say goodbye for the time being.